13 News Now begins with breaking news.
That breaking news, a neighborhood underwater. You're looking live at a water main break in Norfolk. The call came in from Fisherman's Road just before 3:30. This is in the Bayview section of the city. Just look at the picture a viewer sent us. Public Works crews are there right now trying to fix it. We are still waiting to hear how long the fix might take and what caused the pipe to break. Keep it here and on 13newsnow.com for updates.
In this case, the mysterious murder of a Norfolk school teacher becoming more and more puzzling tonight.
2 people are now arrested in the New Year's Eve killing of Caroline Hendrix, a man from Utah and a woman who recently moved to Virginia Beach. They are the prime suspects charged with second-degree murder. 13
News Now reporter Stephen Graves joins us live from outside the courthouse where Taniqua Cushman faced a judge for the first time.
Hey, good evening, David, Regina. Yeah, Cushman's first court appearance was short, sparse with details, much like the facts of this case. Now, as we search for a motive and wait for that to come out, we are learning more out of court documents about the past of this woman. Taniqua Cushman looked much like this during her first court appearance today. It was very brief. The judge said she doesn't qualify for a court-appointed attorney. She also reminded Cushman of her charge, conspiracy to commit second-degree murder. The 22-year-old is suspected of having a hand in the New Year's Eve killing of Norfolk preschool teacher Caroline Hendrix. The 50-year-old was found shot in her car multiple times, died later at a hospital. Days after her death, 70-year-old Edward Shaw from Utah was arrested. He's suspected of pulling the trigger, charged with second-degree murder. An unlikely pair involved in a crime, even more jarring now that Cushman, who was arrested yesterday, is involved. So far, court documents haven't shed light on the prior connection, if any, between these three, nor is there a motive. Paperwork does say Cushman worked for a heating and cooling company in Virginia Beach for about 2 years. She lived in the city and her only family tie to the area is a fiance. When police charged Cushman, documents say she was currently on probation or parole for a gun charge in Virginia Beach. Online records also say back in 2015, the then 20-year-old was also arrested for prostitution. And in court today, we were hoping to figure out more about the relationship between Shaw and Cushman. Shaw was expected to also appear in court today, but that was continued because he's in a hospital. Now, the next court appearance for these two is at the end of the month as we try to figure out more into this growingly mysterious case. Reporting live in Norfolk, I'm Stephen Graves, 13 News Now.
A teen murdered outside of a Portsmouth sub shop. Tomorrow, police will announce new efforts to find 18-year-old Omar Booker's killer. Booker was gunned down outside of Philadelphia Cold Cuts in 2015. Police released this grainy video and photos of 2 suspects running to and away from the sandwich shop. Portsmouth police are expected to unveil a new reward in hopes of solving the 3-year-old case.
Developing now in Gloucester County, fed-up parents say bullying is a growing problem inside the schools. Many plan to address their concerns during tonight's school board budget work session. Nico Clemens is live in Gloucester County tonight, and tell us about those concerns, Nico.
Yeah, Regina, parents are concerned that not enough is being done to address the bullying culture inside the schools. And this is an emotional topic for most parents because these are their kids. But they want to be heard, and they want their child's voice to be heard as well.
We're not going to stand silent anymore.
No.
Parents demanding change.
483 parents from one post.
Parents standing in the gap for their children.
I can't sit down and say
it's okay anymore.
Several parents in Gloucester County say bullying is a problem in their child's school. Kathleen Knott and Crystal Taravella Pranky both say kids bully their young boys at Peasley Middle School.
Devastated.
Oh, yeah.
Devastated, because then I'm thinking, wow, all right, my child has a tendency to speak up for those who are being bullied, and now he's being bullied.
Several parents are voicing their concerns at the school board's budget work session, demanding more funding go towards programs to address bullying. In addition to programs, parents want policies and procedures to change and better communication.
This is a community that is coming together to say, look, we are fed up.
We spoke to the superintendent for the school division, Dr. Walter Clemens. He says the school board welcomes any parents who would like to speak about funding going towards programs to address bullying. He also says the school board encourages parents to address their concerns because the school division wants to do everything they can to eliminate any inappropriate behavior or bullying in the schools. These parents say in the end, they just want to be heard.
Because it's not a parent issue, it's not a teacher issue.
It's not a school board issue, not administration.
It's everybody. Let's work together.
As
We're
a
not here to
community.
fight.
And in talking with Dr. Clemens earlier, he says the school board is going to have a staff presentation on bullying at their February 13th meeting to inform the public on how they handle bullying, what's classified as bullying, and what protocols are in place right now. Live in Gloucester County, I'm Nico Clemens, 13 News Now.
It was random, arbitrary, and totally left to chance. The method used to decide the winner in the tied 94th House District race in Newport News was something called a drawing of lots. Today in the General Assembly, there was a move to change that system. Mike Gooding has those details in reaction. Mike.
Well, Regina, Newport News delegate Marcia Price is the lawmaker who wants to make this change and let the people be the ones who make the decision. And she has the backing of all 20 members of the Legislative Black Caucus.
I submitted for a bill to be drafted that would give the power back to the people in the case of a tie and a recount.
After the winner of the tied 94th House District seat was determined by pulling a name out of a bowl, Newport News delegate Marcia Price decided there has to be a better way. Her House Bill 1581 calls for a special election in the case of a tie and a recount instead of a drawing of lots.
And really the moral cost of disenfranchisement and eroding the trust in the system, you kind of have to weigh that out. And for me, and I think those of us that support the bill, that weighs a little bit heavier.
CNU political analyst Rachel Bidikofer says the need for this remedy would be very rare.
Truly, we got to keep in mind the probability of this bill being used again in any time soon, if it was enacted into law, is very low. What happened with David Yancey and Shelley Simons was remarkable because it was remarkable, right? So some people might argue it's addressing a problem that's not likely to occur.
I talked to Delegate David Yancey's legislative aide Gretchen Heel. She said he is open to all ideas, including a special election. He would like to see a clearer process in the code. And Shelley Simons told me, I am really supportive. I don't think a drawing of lots was a satisfactory outcome for the citizens. And an important first test for this bill comes tomorrow morning when it's heard before the House Privileges and Elections Committee Subcommittee number 2. Reporting live, Mike Gooding, 13 News Now.